the government does not profit from the sale of state land developed into public housing. B, there is no triple payment by Singaporeans for state land used for public housing. There is no net increase in the reserves when state land is first sold and the sale proceeds are transferred to the financial assets. It's just a conversion of one asset form to another. B, there is no net increase in the reserves when the land returns to the state after the lease expires, as the value of the lease did not include the value of the reversionary interest. C, there is again no increase in the reserves when the land which was returned to the government is sold again, as before, that is merely a conversion of one form of asset to another. D, but there is an increase in reserves when the government invests and grows the financial assets. This is the outcome of careful and prudent management of our reserves by this government and should not be taken for granted. There is no triple payment by Singaporeans for the land used to develop HDB flats. From time to time, the government may need to compulsorily acquire land for public housing. In that event, the following steps occur. First, the government will acquire the land and compensate the landowner for its value. Since 2007, the compensation is based on fair market value. This compensation may be funded from past reserves or government revenues. Land acquisition through SERS, for instance, is funded by past reserves. Second, HDB will purchase the land from the government. HDB pays fair market value for it, just like any other buyer of state land. If fair market value is not paid in exchange for the land, the past reserves will be depleted. There would be no corresponding financial asset to replace the physical asset, and no land sales proceeds to invest and generate returns for use in the form of the NIRC. Then the third transaction is when HDB sells flats to Singaporeans. HDB does so at a discount from fair market value to keep flat prices affordable. The difference between the fair market value and HDB's posted price is the market subsidy. In addition, the government provides generous grants to eligible applicants to purchase flats below HDB's posted price. Because of these grants and subsidies, HDB's effective selling price is typically much lower than the total cost of development, which results in a revenue shortfall. This shortfall is covered by a government grant to HDB, which is funded by NIRC and taxes, which are paid not only by Singaporeans but also by PRs, foreigners working and living in Singapore, tourists and companies, and other tax-paying entities. The government does not profit from the sale of state land developed into public housing. Singaporeans buy BTO flats at a discount from their fair market value, and in addition, eligible first-timer flat buyers can enjoy the Enhanced CPF Housing Grant, or EHG, of up to $80,000. D, this can be seen from the fact that a private property of similar size and in a similar location would cost significantly more, and also the fact that after the minimum occupation period, HDB flat owners are typically able to sell their flats at comparable or higher prices than they paid when they purchased their flats from HDB. It is also confirmed by the fact that the vast majority of first-timer families are able to buy new BTO flats in non-mature estates and service their monthly mortgage installments using their CPF with zero or minimal cash outlay. Finally, it is evident from HDB's audited financial statements, which are publicly available. The financial statements contain information on the costs incurred in its home ownership program. They show that the total amount that HDB collects from the sale of flats is less than the cost of its building program and the housing grants it disburses each year. As a result, HDB incurs a net deficit in the development and sale of new flats. For the financial year FY 2021-2022, HDB recorded a deficit of 3.85 billion in its home ownership program. The average deficit incurred by HDB in the last 3 years, FY 2019-2020 to FY 2021-2022, was about 2.68 billion a year.